One of the foremost forensic scientists in the country, been involved in so many cases over the years. He's speaking at MTSU tonight at 6:30. If you'd like to be there, it's going to be in the Student Union Ballroom talking about famous cases revisited. And I don't know how long he's talking, but you need hours to go over that with the doctor. Doctor, by the way, we have a question for you from another caller. We'll get to that, and there you see the information about tonight's event. But I think we have Thomas. Good morning, Thomas. Are you there? Do you have a question for Dr. Lee?
Yeah, hello.
Hey.
Thank you, Dr. Lee. I tell every woman I know in Tennessee to stop voting for people that are lying to you. There's a medical doctor running for governor of Tennessee. I'm voting for him, and I suggest every woman vote for him, too.
You don't want people lying to anyone, and I don't think he really had a question for you, but Dr. Lee, in this day and age, you don't get into politics, do you?
No. Paul and I stay away from politics.
Well, as you say, what you do as a forensic...
Democrats think I'm a Democrat.
Yeah.
So I basically vote for the best people.
Yeah. Well, and you say what you have to be as a forensic scientist is you don't have a bias. You have to go in, and what you do, aside from politics or whatever, an opinion, is follow the evidence wherever it may lead you, correct? The forensic evidence, if it's done right, shouldn't lie.
Absolutely correct. We should let the evidence speak for yourself instead of we speak for the evidence. So our examination has to meet the national standard. Our interpretation has to be fair for both sides. We cannot say leaning to another side. Unfortunately, this judicial system sometimes don't let us to do that. When we testify as a prosecution expert, defense lawyer definitely call me names. We're biased.
Mm-hmm.
If I testify for defense, the prosecutor going to call me hired gun.
Right.
So there's no way. Whatever you do, however, we just stay with the standard ethics standard. I call as it is, even though it's not popular. Sometimes even the media even twist the fact and start attacking us, but history will prove everything. History, many high-profile cases what are involved, including Vincent Foster trial, untimely deaths, including, for example, Chandler Levy case. All those cases initially are determination the news media or portion of the public doesn't believe it, but couple years later, few years later, the fact starts surface. Now, of course, history proves everything. That's correct. Like even Clinton and Monica issue, a lot of political issue, but the semen is a semen.
Right.
We found semen on the dress. The semen DNA is President Clinton. So you have to call us at this. You can't say, I like President Beres, so I don't want to report it.
No, you followed the evidence. Let me ask you this. Is it possible, though, that you have two fine forensic scientists that have the same physical evidence, DNA, forensic evidence in front of them, and they reach different conclusions?
Yes. Occasionally do have that. The result should be the same. Explanation or conclusion may be different. For example, O.J. Simpson case, the blood drop found on a walkway. DNA is O.J. Simpson's, matching O.J. Simpson. Prosecutor sent to different forensic laboratory. Their result, it says OJ's. Defense expert like us, we look at it, we agree wholeheartedly. That's O.J. Simpson's DNA. But how that blood got to the walkway?
Yeah.
Why have EDTA? That's a preservative, not supposed in human flesh circulation blood. So if, say, O.J. Simpson cut the finger, dropped the blood, that shouldn't have EDTA.
Right.
So that's why experts may have different opinion. But the result, we all agree. That's O.J. Simpson's DNA. Nobody argue about it. But how to get there is the issue.
Very good explanation. Exactly. Very interesting. Real quick, we can squeeze in one more call from Sarah. Sarah, good morning. Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
Go ahead, ma'am.
What if there's no evidence?
What if there's no evidence?
Yeah, no evidence, like in a.
Okay. Well, yeah, you know,
Okay.
doctor, no evidence. I mean, I've done cases like this where they never find any physical evidence, but they end up building a circumstantial case.
Sure. No evidence. Maybe it's no evidence. Evidence wasn't recognized.
Yeah.
That's why at the beginning I said forensic work, it's not start from the laboratory. It's from the scene. If a piece of evidence, for example, hair, wasn't found, did not recognize, so that hair will never become evidence. It is not no evidence. It's the evidence we did not recognize. So that's why it's so important. Now although retired 5 times, I'm still do a lot of training. Today I come to Mid-Tennessee University, State University, basically to share my experience with the public, with the investigator. I've been lectured the last 2 days now, share with the student how important to recognize the potential evidence and collect and preserve them, analyze, and make a right interpretation, can use the core.
You're right. And the bottom line is you would think at any type of potential crime scene, you just have to know where to look. But there is going to be evidence there one way or the other. Now, whether that's enough to convict or maybe acquit, we don't know. But you're saying if you know where to look, you're going to find it.
Yes. If you have to know where to look, how to identify, how to preserve. That's why the training is important. Every time you commit a crime, you leave some evidence. Just unfortunately, human error or did not pay attention. Like the early days, police got to the scene, they never even looked for evidence. I tell you a story. 1975, I graduated from NYU Medical Center, got my doctorate degree. I moved to Connecticut. I rent an apartment. All my camera gear I put in my apartment, and that night I got home, somebody break in, took all my car, all of my camera, and a penny. I called the police, and they said, "Okay, give me a name and what's in the token," and they're ready to leave. I said, "You guys don't dust for fingerprint." That's only for television show. Yeah. I said, "You lying? I do myself." That time they don't recognize me. I'm Dr. Lee. Yeah. I'm important. Go ahead. So I found a fingerprint. Yeah. I said, "Look, this is a juvenile burglar. Okay, they're not going to just happy with some camera. They're going to go to other apartment." Yeah. Dr. Lee? Really? Yeah. Guess what? Yeah. 3-4 apartment was breaking. I finally recovered my camera because they don't want the camera now. They have a better stuff. I finally got my jar of penny. Too heavy, they don't want it. So I said, I solved my case. The rest of it is yours.
Hey, Dr. Lee, listen, I wish we had more time to talk with you, but thank you very much for coming on today. And I encourage anyone watching this show or has an interest in this to consider going tonight to MTSU where you'll be speaking. It is a pleasure meeting you. And listen, you take care of yourself, and I hope you enjoy your stay in Tennessee, sir.
Yes, wonderful state. A lot of good old friends.
It's a good place.
You.
Thank you, sir. Again, thank you again for joining us. Again, that's tonight, 6:30 at the Student Union Ballroom at MTSU. Dr. Henry Lee will be reviewing some of his famous cases revisited, and boy, he has a lot of them. Appreciate him coming on. We'll take a break and be back to wrap up the show right after this.